Get into our first game, Sub, Muhammad Light. Game number 1.
Day 2, can Sub pull off the upset? It's gonna be tough.
Muhammad Light, the inventor of wall breakers, split behind the King Tower, and that's what we're gonna see. I think he introduced that in one of the other World Finals. It's just one of those things. He'll find stuff that nobody else is willing to.
And really like to see Momo go in control here. It looks like it's gonna be kind of a mirror matchup, and Mo already getting some good damage on tower. You can see that's already getting in Sub's head.
Yeah, Sub quite annoyed that he was giving up that damage. The Mighty Miner walks incorrectly, and it allows the opposing Mighty Miner for Muhammad Light to get some chip damage on the tower. Somewhat big push, but Muhammad Light is going to clean that up easily and only take a few hundred damage.
And this is incredibly similar, if not the exact deck that Mo was able to go 80 and 4 in 4 separate 20-win challenges. He did it with the Ice Wiz, Evo Skelly's Miner Wall Breakers control deck. And that's going to be a nice ability there from Sub, and a nice kite as well.
Yeah, gorgeous play from Sub. He's obviously very, very talented. Gets the right pop from the Mighty Miner, and then distracts with the wall breakers. Perfection from Sub.
23-28 to 28-56. Mo Light firmly in the lead. Not happy about how close that Mighty Miner is because of that right there. A bit of a waste of a Goblin Hut, but still going to require a response.
And we see him give like a slight smile just because he knew that the right Spear Goblin was going to go in front. It was going to allow the left Spear Goblin to get a little bit of chip. It just immediately he understood what he was seeing.
Well, they know who's boss. And Sub goes to the back here. Completely uncontested Miner. See if Mo wants to punish back.
A very beautiful prediction right there. The bar barrel as well. You know that Muhammad Light was just ready for that, but those minions are going to clean up nicely. I mean, even though he got predicted, it really wasn't the end of the world.
And we see Mighty Miner in the back, cycled on the left-hand side. Now, Miner goes to the inside with the poison. That is an exceptional poison. Taking out the Evo Skellies, taking out the Goblin Hut, and now we find Sub in the lead. First time so far in this game.
Yeah, Miner distracting the Spirit Goblins, having them set up on the right side, and Minion was able to take that out with the hope of the poison, and right there, late pop of the ability, but it's going to work. It's going to kill the minions.
Evo Skellies come in, poison on top for Mo here. Clean everything up, 1927, and they're just going to play this game back and forth. Wall breakers, though, uncontested. Does the bomb go off in time? It does. Mo happy about that. You can see a little smile and nod to himself.
Yeah, you hear the crowd erupt as well. Nobody was really sure what was going to happen right there.
I mean, the crowd, in this crowd, there are hundreds of thousands of hours of Clash Royale played, and you're watching a guy that is a magician, a surgeon at work.
And right here, I mean, after the slow start for Sub, after taking 500 damage, he is now taking the lead. Sub has done a brilliant job of getting himself back in this game.
Mighty Miner ability, Evo Wall Breakers behind, and it doesn't, he messes up the sequencing. This is what I'm talking about. Sub can always stay in it. He looks not shaken by that Mighty Miner in the very beginning. And as you were just saying, AC, he's been able to bounce back this entire game and now is firmly in the lead in a mirror match.
Yeah, the difference between the Cannon and the Goblin Hut has been instrumental to his success. I mean, the Goblin Hut, it's just too bulky. He's not able to get it properly. Another Mighty Miner, I mean, that time he gets it brilliantly, but 1455 forces out a response from Sub, and you know him, Mr. Consistent. He's not messing up that interaction.
Yep, you know he's on top of those Skellies, not going to get overwhelmed by other things going on the board, keeping up the pressure. Wall breakers don't get in front of the bar, but Mighty Miner comes over on that side, has to turn around anyway. 1455, 689, Sub in control.
Right there, Bar Barrel going to be able to clean up the Ice Wiz nicely. Minions in tow going to be able to clean up the Miner as well. So 689, he needs just a little bit more damage before he can start going poison, poison, poison.
Mo putting some pressure on that right-hand side, baits out a Mighty Miner, uses the ability, then goes opposite lane. 542, 1308. Sub catches the Miner.
Sub, all the elixir in the world, he's able to get the cannon down in time, going to be able to stop those wall breakers. And here we go. This is where it starts. 30 seconds left. He's going to go Miner, poison, cycle.
427, 1026, 24 seconds remain. Sub just needs to not make a huge mistake here. Mighty Miner getting kited back on the left-hand side. Poison down early, cannon up high. Mo Light just out of reach, AC, in game 1.
Yep, Miner, poison, Miner chipping away. Gonna get the tower down to 47. It's over. That was just what, it felt like that was Muhammad Light on the other side. He just knew what he was gonna do.
Here we go, game 2. And that is a look that we know well from Mohamed Light. We've seen it any time, basically, that he's lost, where he is locked in that next game.
Right there, perfect timing with the log.
Yeah.
That 100th of a second, it's always, you just don't know what's going to happen. But right there, just perfection.
We've seen that drill timing be an issue for certain players throughout the competition. Can't imagine Mo will make that mistake more than once, if even that.
Whew. And the Hunter takes out all the goblins with the help of the Royal Ghost, and that's going to force out more and more of a response. Tesla plus Berserker going to put in work, but this RG could be scary.
And look at shake his head. He already knows that E-Spirit, the guards are going to clean everything up. And that's already game number 2. A beautiful dissection of Sub's defense. Everything about that was absolutely perfect. He saw the overspend or overcommitment on the left. He saw the only way to defend on the right, and he absolutely picks it apart. And that's why he's Mo Light.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like goblins in this meta right now. I feel like it's a little too easy. They don't do enough DPS. Still easy to take out. And I mean, Sub, he's gonna keep playing. It's not over till it's over. But this is looking like it's real trouble for him.
And Mo, I almost wonder if he's playing for the camera here, acting like he's trying to figure something out. Maybe figuring out what he wants to run.
At the camera right there
in game 3. I can imagine that's maybe where his head is at, knowing that game 2 is essentially locked at this point. Only a minute and 13 seconds remain. Momo's taken almost no damage, and he does have an incredibly defensive deck.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool thing to point out, because you have to assume both of these players know the end result of this game. They're going to take the next minute and a half, not because they think that they can come back, and you know, maybe they can, so of course they're going to try, but the main thing is, what am I going to do for deck number 3? How do I get away and give myself an advantage going into that final game?
Honestly, that's exactly what I'd be doing if I was both of them right now, AC. I would just let this game, you know, we don't have draws like they do in chess. We don't have resignations, I mean, and I don't think that's what Sub would do anyway, because you're going to use this time to think about what you want to do in game 3. And, you know, as quick as you get, once you get comfortable around Mo Light.
Perfection, Sub on the other side, drill, and again, I do want to call out the goblins. I'd like guards. And here we go. Game number 3. Sub and Mohamed Light.
And a Tombstone. Have we seen Tombstone yet?
No.
I don't think
so. I don't think so. We've seen the Cage a few times, Cannon, Goblin Head. I don't think we've seen Tombstone.
And Evo Bomber. I also don't think we've seen Evo Bomber yet this weekend. So Mo and Alan innovating here in game 3.
Yeah, Evo Bomber, one of those where like 70% of the time it's not going to do anything, but the 30%, it'll just win you games.
Man, when it first came out, that was absolutely devastating card. It was a Magic Archer throwing a nuke. And a nice King Tower activation there. Sub showing a version of bait.
Yeah, and right there, just brilliance with the Goblin Barrel, protecting himself. Yes, Mohamed Light is going to activate the King Tower, but not before giving up a ton of damage. Sub taking a pretty massive lead. No NATO in cycle, so that's also going to force out a Bomber in response. And that's going to do pretty well. No shot from the Ghost.
And looking for the log, or excuse me, looking for something with that log, but instead Mo goes with the better route. Inferno up high, barrel back in, gonna get a little more damage on that tower. 1899 to 2 untouched towers on the Brazilian side.
Goblin Hut to defend the Berserker. Goblin Hut doing a great job because the Berserker takes so long, 2 swipes to take out the Spear Goblins. I mean, you gotta wonder about Mohamed Light's deck. There's a couple options. There's the E-Giant, and wow, what a dash.
That is a great dash, and it does feel like E-Giant, AC. And there it is. E-Giant soaks up the Evo Ghost. Still taking some shots from that barrel. Now it's time for Sub to defend. Evo Bomber goes out right side.
Yeah, frustrated beyond belief, taking a lot of damage, and with 1 minute left, I need to take another look at that. The Bomber doesn't shoot the right Goblin. I think the tower took it out. Just everything going Sub's way, and a beautiful King Tower activation. No chip damage, and this is the reason why I'm not a huge fan of Bomber. There's too many matchups you don't get any value.
And obviously, Cannoneer, a great way to match up against E-Giant, but you know what also works is having 3 towers Princess Tower is getting on top of that E-Giant. Going to pull it to the center here. Dark Goblin going to get NATO'd in. That Inferno Drag a little scary. And the guards come down last second. You heard a couple gasps there in the crowd. High Ghost making sure that Golden Knight can't get on top of tower. Ooh. Inferno getting a little bit scary. Ooh. And a beautiful cleanup here from Sub. At most takes a couple shots and a dash.
I mean, that was perfection. Muhammad Light thought that the game was over. Half the crowd thought, okay, maybe it was just me, but the Inferno Dragon was...
It was scary,
It was scary, beautiful Ice Spirit. The Inferno Dragon was on to the wrong card. The Ice Spirit delays and resets the Inferno Dragon's charge.
And another Goblin gets on tower there, 8:57. Only a minute 48 remains, but we all know E-Giant can take a game in a moment. One good push, a nice NATO, a good lineup with the Evo Bomber, a Golden Knight connection. So many ways for Mo to take this game. He goes guards opposite. I like that. No good way to stop him. Barrel in, Tombstone high.
Yeah, that's what Muhammad Light was trying to do earlier. The Bomber placed perfectly right there. Beautiful Golden Knight dash. The MVP for Sub so far has been these Dark Goblins. It's just getting so much value.
Guards once again to distract. Royal Ghost up high. Momo's running out of time and options. Sub goes barrel right into the back here.
No,
and the Golden Knight goes backwards. A gift from the Clash Royale gods. Is that what Mo needs to turn this around? High Inferno. Beautiful. Fireball in.
Beautiful fireball right there. Goblin Hunt to take the E-Giant into the middle. Guards are going to be low, but the Bomber's going to be able to help out. Needs the Ice Spirit reset, and he's going to do that again.
Wow.
Perfectly. We keep hyping up all these maybes from Muhammad Light, but Sub on the other side, he's just doing it. He's got it done.
Perfect interactions from Sub time and time again. Resetting the Inferno, getting the guards down last second. Royal Ghost up high to stop the Golden Knight charges. Everything is so clean, but it just takes one. 33 seconds remain. Double barrel in.
Gets the prediction with the Golden Knight, gets the left tower safely, but this Inferno Dragon is going to do nothing. 26 seconds left. He's going to be able to have another... he has another HUD. I don't think Muhammad Light has a shot.
I don't think there's any way. Goblins get on top of tower again. Not within fireball range. Guards up high to block. Dark Goblin down low. Dark Goblin down low, that should get on tower! The Golden Knight's on tower, but there's not enough time! And Mo Light is gonna have to repeat a lower bracket run to be the first and ever three-time world champ. Sub gets it done. Billion.
I mean, a lot of it comes down to the deck composition. Game number 3, I mean, he just outplayed him with